Good morning. This is the brand new show, Morning After Delight podcast. Hope you're all enjoying your or morning this morning. This is Thursday, February 15th, 2024. I am your host, D Exclusive with DXWorldMedia.com, where dreams choose you. So let me introduce myself. My name's Dennis Dickinson, aka D Exclusive. I'm more than a man. I'm a collection of ideas, um, honesty, happiness, compassion, discipline, creativity, curiosity, um, drive, intimacy. I seek that human connection. I want to feel that we're doing something great together. Whenever I'm working with someone, spending time with someone, I'm a little bit too energetic, too positive for most people. So I am definitely different, which puts me ahead of almost everybody. It's not to riz or gloat. It's just I really am in touch with my spiritual self. I'm really grounded and high in the clouds at the exact same time. It's a natural ability that I've been always born with. I've just always been glowing, always looking to improve and get our work done, stay focused. Most people think I'm angry when I'm super focused, but I'm just like, all right, we got to get that done, that done, that done. My brain just flips. It's a strategic brain. I got to go, 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 gadget, go. And I'm very humorous, but then I've noticed that the humor might distract people from what we're really trying to do. I'm really excited because this podcast is going to be allowing you and me to connect through this virtual world that we're in right now. And it's going to allow us to talk about relationships. Relationships are very important in our lives. If we were one person in the whole world, we'd probably go a little insane, a little stir crazy, a little like lost because we're always with ourselves, right? We're always in our head, and if we don't have anyone to like share the good times and the bad times, almost like that movie Inside Out, at the end of the movie, you have to embrace the sadness along with the happiness. It's a light, dark, but not too crazy idea. And I just want to help us all remember. That's another idea I portray through myself. This is not a character, by the way. This is me 100% true to you. Um, I'm a reminder, as long with all those other ideas I shared in the beginning. I'm a reminder that there is a hopeful choice around the corner, opportunity that you can enjoy life to the fullest. But it's through your own self awareness to understand your own true happiness, to understand what you need to be doing for yourself and your family and your friends and community, and it expands out to the whole world like what we're doing right here. Hello, world. Cheers. Happy Thursday morning. Another idea I portray is I'm a father, I'm a lover, I'm a husband, I'm an educator, I'm a community activist towards mental health. I've done some time with social work, case management, helping people find better careers, education through uh, the county. And I want to take all my experiences and deliver you a product, the ideas of having a better relationship. So, Morning After Delight has been my baby project the last couple of years. It came around when I was just making some food for my wife, and I was like, Man, making you food after sex is very enjoyable for me. It allows me to connect through my food to bring you a deeper, intimate connection after we've had a physical embrace, sex, lovemaking session, whatever you want to call it. It's my, I guess you would say, love language. It allows me to express myself and really feed your soul after I've fed your body with my human connection to my wife. And when I say you, I say plural, like we can all do this. Like if you have a partner and if you just discipline or whimsically, you can do both, but you got to just commit to the idea that you're spending your time with this person and just be all in. Express all of yourself, soul, mind, body, everything, and find activities that you enjoy with each other. Um, Cooking has been the easiest way for me to cook my wife when we're so busy doing other things. So I spend, 20, 30, 40 minutes cooking up something after an intimate moment. And the food tastes so much better. I mean, obviously, because we've already done the chemistry, the biology of it, of like expressing ourselves physically. So your chemical and hormones shoot off, and then you're super relaxed and you're super like, you know, you know that kind of feeling. I'm pretty sure you all have felt it, and you haven't felt it yet. Please find someone that you can share that with. And it's hard in this world of digital world. We're always kind of like afraid to be so human and physical and in present because we're afraid to be hurt. But that's the risk you take to get a deeper, intimate moment with someone. You have to risk it all to embrace that one flight of love, if you would say. You're just like surrendering to the moment of love when you're doing that. And I've developed over the years to have that brave courage, openness. It's an openness. Like I trust my wife to take care of me in the moment when we're together. When we're kissing, and that ironically is one of the things we're going to talk about in our podcast is that one thing that really keeps you together. What is it? Was it the first kiss, the first date? Was it what is that daily thing that keeps you together? And we'll be talking about that later once I form some thoughts about that. But today is just introducing me, myself, my idea, Morning After Delight. Morning After Delight is also a book, and that's where it started. It's a cookbook, a recipe book, 12 recipes to try out with your partner. You can get it at morningafterdelight.com. And I'm working on an extended, intimate version where I'm going to actually have how to speak, get your love language down. There's going to be words and reminders and how to, like, cheat codes, hacks, whatever you want to make call it, on how to be open with yourself first. And that's what I did 15 years ago before I met my wife. Well, actually, it's more like 17 years ago when I went to school to be a counselor. I really got to know myself. And hopefully, everyone that's young, 20 to 30, and 30 is young still, especially if you're a late bloomer, if you haven't even experienced full intimacy, you know? So, really take this moment to remind yourself and be a catalyst, a jump off. Hey, it's time to love yourself, all right? Find those happy activities, find the people that are supportive and caring enough to let you be you, but also brave enough to tell you when you're not doing something right. It's hard to find, and it starts with you, though. You have to be the leader in your pack of wolves or in your family. If not, I mean, everyone's just going to be bumbling around, spending money, undisciplined, unfocused, drinking, drugs, reckless sex. Reckless sex is basically you just having sex, but you're not really giving your soul to the moment. You're not really embracing all the pleasure that you could get from it if you just surrender and be intimate with the person and take that risk. Um, be grateful, empty your mind. I mean, these are all the techniques we'll be talking about. And later down the road, as more and more people start watching, we'll definitely have some guests and get their opinions because a one man show is not the best show. The best show is being open to other people's ideas at the same time. And that's why you're here. You found me. The universe's the algorithm, whatever you want to call it, is dropped you off or dropped me off into your life, and I really hope you don't get distracted by all the fun things I do. Really listen to my voice that I'm serious about what I'm doing. I'm not playing. I'm not trying to do this for money or anything. It's just for fun, man. This is pure joy just to be able to talk and hopefully reach someone and then see your comments and watch your reactions if you share video reactions or whatever you do to share. Please keep everything respectful and confidential. You don't need to be sharing all your business on the comments. You can DM me and we can set up a private intimacy coaching, if you want to say it, or happiness coaching. I also offer those services to be able to be helping people open up to themselves and open up to business ideas, business coach as well, on strategizing different ways to set up things like this awesome setup of lighting and audio and all the little details that most people, business owners, they're more focused on their product. They're not focused on the media. So I can help you figure out what kind of setup will work for you and what team you might need to put together to help you get everything going and documenting your success with your business. So, for example, if you're like a taco man, you don't have time to do all this media stuff. You might want to hire someone to come around, videotape you for uh, a gig or whatever, and really get you that promo, the advertising videos out there for you. I can help you with that. The other thing is um, really just thinking. That's what I'm really good at. I'm really good at strategizing and being disciplined. In the next 30 days, we're going to do this. Now, we use the words pronouns. I know there's pronoun generation about he, she, thee, them, but it's mainly about we. What are we going to do about it? You know? So, hope to be a reminder. Hope we can really get this through. Um, so, I'll finish today's episode with a preview. Actually, let's just go into it. I'm thinking about how grateful I am about my wife. It's hard to explain because you think about relationships and how they're started and how um, society portrays who is allowed to ask someone out and who's not allowed to ask someone out, or what's comfortable with everyone. Like in the traditional sense, the guy usually is to make the first move. Um, what I found is that when the girl makes the first move, or more of the brave, bold invitation with the right guy. Now, it's not going to work with everyone. So that's the crazy thing about relationships. You never know how relationships will start. We're always working together with so many different people in the world. We're always going to the grocery store. We're always around people, right? But how do you know which one will be like? How do you ask someone to be your friend? How do you ask someone to be your future dater or girlfriend boyfriend? Like that's the thing. That's why I'm trying to create this podcast is to start getting us to talk about it. Me with myself and thinking about it, reflecting it on camera, and then bringing you a story, and then get people to talk about in the comments, and then revisit anything that may or may not be totally talked about fully. We can maybe do another episode with more insights. We're talking about episode number blank. We talked about this, and now look, hey, we've done some research. We figured some things out, and I think we should do it this way. But what I'm trying to say is that I don't know the answers, but I really want us to start working on it together, because even when you probably know in your life when you talk to your friends and family or people you trust and you're like, hey, I don't know, I kind of like that guy or kind of like that girl, but I don't know if I really want to make things work. I mean, we always analyze each other too. We always judge each other. That's the thing that I've noticed. We don't take a chance on each other. Say you run into someone at work and you're like, dang, I find them attractive. It's like we're not supposed to really talk about that because it's like an HR problem. You know, we're not supposed to like really ask, but you could do it subtly. Like, I really enjoyed working with you the last few weeks, and I think we might be good as friends outside of work. Have you ever considered hanging out? You know, but I don't think people say it like that. Pardon. Oh, excuse me. But that's how I would want to do it. Comment below. Tell me, is that how you would want to be invited on a date or hang out after work, or you just want to just stay focused on work? So that's the other thing. Like, I understand there's people already in relationships, so they don't even are trying to pick up or whatever at work. But the work is we're there 40 to 70 hours a week. That's where we're going to probably meet our significant other. I mean, it's just the odds. It's like playing the lottery 40 to 70 times at this on this one reason, you know, like you're gonna hit the lottery that way. But if you're only like going to the grocery store like 5 times out of the week, 3 times out of the week, 3 versus 40 hours, you're not gonna, you know, like the odds are in your favor to be meeting your significant other or date either in person at work or at school or somewhere you go consistently, or if you're hanging out consistently at a bar. You're, I mean, obviously bar is already on the top of the list of like, oh, we're ready to talk socially, we're ready to get together, you know, or maybe like, hey, want to make out or what, you know, like, I mean, people don't really do that. We're like kind of like subtly, but I want to test it. I want to break. I want to find a new way of communicating because the way we're doing it is just like kind of like eggshells. We're always like worried about like if we're disrespecting each other. But isn't the first rule of communication is that you just address your thoughts, be respectful in inviting people to ideas that you want to do, and keep asking until you find someone that would like to do the same thing. It's almost like sales. Like you go to 100 houses, they're most of them are gonna say no because they don't know you and like they don't want your chocolate bar. See, you're selling candy, like, but you gotta be willing to get all those no's. Now that's the problem I see with a lot of relationships. Guys and girls are afraid of the no, and well, you won't get a yes until you bring up the idea. You know, so you just got to be confident with yourself and just take a shot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. You know, um, and be aware of yourself and each and body languages and uncomfortability. But the problem is like even if say like me with the way I present myself and very confident, open, I'm willing to talk to anybody kind of deal. I've noticed that if I have a good idea, like hey, I like hanging out with you. I think we should maybe go get something to eat after work and talk more about our personal lives. You know, I've noticed a lot of people don't even want to do that innocent thing of having a bite to eat or boba or whatever, coffee, whatever, because you're dealing with so much stuff. So maybe that's the thing. People are so stuck in what they've been through, they're not willing to go through a new adventure. And maybe we just solved for X right there. It's like the problem is not being able to have more yeses, but then it's not really about you. It's not about you. If you've already come to the point where you're confident and you're okay with talking to people, and you don't need to be upset about yourself of not getting a yes, and just keep doing the activities that you enjoy, and then eventually you'll find more people or meet the new people that will be interested in working with you or hanging out with you, going to movies, dinner, um, and you just gotta be grateful for the few that you are already attracted or you're still working on, um, and just live your life one breath at a time. You just go out the door and you just. But even for me, it's hard. So that's why we've got to do creative things like podcasts and get our creative juices going and really seize the day. All right. So in the upcoming weeks, we're always gonna meet on Thursday around 9 live. Um, and really just have a conversation about intimacy, about relationships, about being able to do certain things. And I'm gonna bring up certain specifics like how to date at the workplace. We'll get more into depth. I'll organize my thoughts a little bit better about that. We'll talk about how to date online. If you prefer doing it online, we'll have a live conversation about that. I'm really interested in this new polyamorous lifestyle too, and really understanding it. And I think it would be kind of cool to watch. There's a new show on Peacock TV that is called Couple to Throuple, and I'm curious on. I know it's scripted-ish or scripted a lot, and I saw a few minutes of it already. I'm kind of a little bit annoyed with it. I'll give you my full reaction when I do a live reaction to that show. But the whole idea of the TV show is that four couples go to an island or whatever. They try to make it dramatic for everyone to watch and have fun, and then they meet 14 single people, and they invite them to their couple to make it a throuple, a threesome. But not well. They advertise a lot of sex and stuff, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to get us to talk about the dynamics of relationships in a couple, and then also have some videos and live discussions about the throuple because it's something that's becoming more mainstream, kind of like the pronouns and the genders over the last 20 years, and I think it's a good way to kind of like spice up the conversation of how to have a successful couple relationship regardless of attracting the third. The third is just like a lottery because it's not realistic because the majority of us are programmed for couples only, you know. So this is too new. Maybe in 20 years it might be more. But see, the problem I'm seeing is that we're just kind of like not really talking about it. So that's why I'm doing this podcast. Let's talk about sex, baby. I know there's that song too, right? But seriously, being able to talk about how to be intimate with yourself will help you grow as a person and be happier in your everyday life. If you're not worrying about your partner and you've already established a good connection and thankfulness and daily activity routine and are willing to adjust that routine and be dynamic, I guess that's what I want to help us remind us to do is to be dynamic in our relationships, to bring things, to be disciplined on the small little things, and then like just share with our friends and family. And that's another reason I'm doing it too about relationships is I'm kind of confused with all this social connection online. How come less of us are not reconnecting with old people, and how come we're still cliquey? Like we only hang out with this group. We talk about them a little bit online, but we don't really hang out with them. There's these other dynamics in relationships that are kind of confusing me, and I hope to figure it out with your help. And by just talking about it with myself on this camera, I hope to figure it out. Hope you enjoyed my mug. A little gift. So I hope you enjoyed meeting me today. Again, my name is Dennis. I'm DX Dennis or D Exclusive with DXWorldMedia.com, where dreams choose you. Peace.